Even though it is wrong, I see where Tommy G is like coming from, because we are that generation that
ain't got no hope no more.
Yeah, and I feel that way sometimes myself.
Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, today we taking out some Tommy G. We're gonna watch some of this, get these back out to you guys because we actually like Tommy G, right? Anyway, also we saw that you guys requested that we start streaming in the evening, so that's what we're gonna start doing. We're gonna do it Monday through Thursday because Friday, Saturday, Sunday we still have full-time jobs we gotta work, so we can't do it. But anyway, let's jump to it. We're not gonna do too much talking now.
This is the scam mobile? Y'all ready to ride?
The scam mobile is crazy.
Man, shout out America, man. I couldn't do this without y'all, man. We just show y'all what y'all could do if y'all wanted to get rich.
It's all this money.
The couple's
just doing
American dream
man.
quickly turned into a nightmare after wiring nearly $800,000. All of that money went to a scammer.
How many times a week would you say you punch me out?
7 times a week. Every day.
Dang. So they scamming seven times in a week, bro?
Oh my god. Is that your fork or what is that for chicken? Whoa.
12 people are facing more than 100 charges in a major credit fraud scheme.
University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
It's shocking video of thugs chasing a mail carrier. Why? It's believed they wanted the master key carrier that opens mailboxes
not the mailbox,
for the entire neighborhood.
25 investigates exposing a check scam that can wipe out your bank account.
We're talking about scammers who can clone any of our voices using artificial intelligence.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks.
Whether it's a scam call center from India, a billionaire's Ponzi scheme, a guy pretending to be a Nigerian prince, or a U.S. senator out trading hedge funds while employed on the taxpayer dime, the truth is people hate.
Hey man, Tommy G, be careful, man. I love you, dog, but hey, be careful.
No, but y'all don't be wanting to talk about it.
Let's be careful, man. Let's be careful about what we say about who we say about.
Hate getting scammed. After all, there are entire YouTube channels dedicated to getting revenge on scammers. You see, scammers are people that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and exploit. They'll make their approach, get you to trust them, then before you know it, they'll disappear into thin air after they've extracted your bank account, social security, or other valuable information. Today, we dive into the world of fraud and scamming, and we uncover how some of the scams are happening right now.
Say it again.
You don't give your information to anyone.
Nobody. Not a single person, not even your mama.
I've been scammed twice.
Dang.
One was for some wigs. That's
okay.
why I don't know. Y'all hairstylists, I don't mess with y'all. I'm sorry. And
We'll cover the big.
It was them at-home jobs.
Oh yeah.
Type crap. Y'all be careful with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I ain't never been scammed, but hey man, say man.
Biggest scam that's ever occurred in U.S. history, and we'll talk to the scammers to see how they think and what motivates them. And by the end of this, we'll provide you with tips on how you can avoid getting scammed yourself. This is the world of scammers. Let's dive in.
There are people out there looking to exploit your data for their own gain. With scammers like this out there lurking, it's a good idea to protect yourself.
Yep.
To guard against shenanigans like this, I use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help keep my footprint off the internet.
Shameless plug.
What Delete Me does is
hey, y'all can go check out Delete Me after.
Where you live, your personal information.
Y'all can check out Delete Me. Shout out to his sponsor, bro.
Folks, today we're diving into the world of scamming. I don't know what the hell we're gonna get into. I'm excited, but apparently in the city of Minneapolis, scamming is a—
You saw what?
How does he end up meeting these people, and how are they so willingly to get on camera and do this?
Because he got a good reputation.
Yeah.
With like all the gangs and stuff like that, just because he simply interviews them, but he doesn't snitch on them or get them ratted out.
Can't they use this against him in the court of law?
Well, they're not gonna touch him because he's technically is journalism, and journalism is free speech, so he can do journalism. Okay. But when you have a good reputation and you're not a crash out like a lot of these other street interviewers, I imagine a lot of these gangs just want to get because they get clout off of this.
Yeah.
So why would anybody be hustling like the Tommy G guy, you know?
A big business.
Minneapolis woman calls it emotional hacking. Scammers drained $800,000 from her dad's bank account.
LaSalle University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
Foster was doing fake transactions, marking items up in price, then returning them for the original price while pocketing the difference in account of her own.
In fact, there are multiple RICO cases going on for fraud right now. A big scam that was pulled was the food share program. People pretended to be feeding the homeless and walked away with millions of dollars. And now they're getting RICO for that. A scammer is kind of like an illegal magician. They're pulling things out of thin air. There's illusion, deception, and before you know it or realize what they did, they're gone with the bag. Let's meet up with these guys and let's see what they're about.
Scamming ain't no good, man.
Calling scammer.
Yo, my boy.
Is that you?
Yeah, this me right here.
I'm in that rental car, that white car.
Alright, bet I'm finna walk over there.
Okay, okay, door's unlocked.
The cinematography is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, what's up, bro? I say, I just know how to exploit ways to get money. Simple.
What are the
It's always a
different
quan.
plays we're gonna be getting into today?
We got punching, simple things. We go from getting food. We can go from gas. We can go from checks. We can go from transfers. Scam work. It's all different type of ways you can get
You'd be surprised what they do with the gift cards.
Alright, so look, it started when I was younger. It was this rapper, his name TJX6. When I was young, real young, I always just listened to his music and wondered, what the is this dude doing? I started getting into it, digging in, and it started with cards.
That's another thing. It'd be a lot of rappers, like these gangbang rappers or like these scam rappers. They be putting people on the technique like that. There's the one that's trending right now. He's teaching people how to rob a bank in a song. I forgot what his name is. Y'all know who he is though, because he's still trending to this day.
Nah,
Punch Made Dev. Punch Made Dev. Yeah.
You gotta be careful with that kind of. Remember, because I used to work at this store called Finish Line. It's basically like Foot Locker, but it ain't Foot Locker.
It's like a sports goods.
It's like a small little store that's always in like Macy's and stuff. And I remember I told you that day I was closing shift, and a dude last minute like walked up and was trying to check out, and I'm like, okay, I'll check your stuff out. And then I noticed that he took like a crap ton of Finish Line gift cards, and he just walked out with them. I was just like, yo.
That man Melty, he about to go stupid at Finish Line.
He about to load those cards up.
Talk a lot about cards.
Spending money on them.
Checks, really. When he was talking about that, I kind of picked up on some things, and over time, I just got smarter and smarter and figured everything out.
So, what was the first play you ever made?
It was on Telegram. It was this African dude I met, and we was talking for a long time, and he told me something called, it's a certain type of check that you can order off a log can. Ship the check till it dropped. I picked it up, put it in the ATM, 6,900 came. That was my first ever play.
Hey, what y'all know out there in Africa that we don't know out here in the States, bruh? Go ahead, hit my line. I mean, actually, don't hit my line. I don't support y'all.
Well, no. Well, what they do know is that it's easy to get money out of America because we're already in trillions of debt. Where do you think the debt coming from?
It ain't me.
Ever since then, just been on it.
Has this ever put you in a risky situation?
Plenty of time. Pretty much scamming down here is pretty popular. I mean, in the city, everybody knows what's going on now. So if you find somebody that wants to do it, they know what they're signing up for. They know what comes behind it.
Are there rich scammers out there?
You can really get rich off scamming. That's real. Pretty common.
Six-figure rich, seven-figure rich.
That's real.
Rather than judging these kids, I wanted to try and put myself in their shoes. Now, I know I'm overgeneralizing here, but here's a theory I'm working with. A lot of these kid scammers are from Gen Z, and this is the generation that saw their parents lose their house in the '08 mortgage crisis as the bank executives responsible got rewarded by multi-million-dollar bonuses, and the banks that fundamentally scammed the country got bailed out by the tax money of the very people they scammed. So essentially these...
Yeah. It's 2008 was a different ball game. A lot of parents did a pretty good job at keeping a kid in a kid's place, but as a kid, it was hard saying certain things. You start to notice certain things. You can't get your favorite cereal no more. You can't get your this, that, and the third anymore. Your parents is working longer shifts, all that kind of stuff. And now it's our generation where we quiet quitting and we don't care. we do not care.
Kids witness a financial system that openly didn't give a shit about them or their parents, so heck, why not pull a scam of their own? And kind of explains the sense of nihilism that we've seen creeping into this Gen Z generation. Whether you talk about scammers, the Kia boys, or just an overall sense of I don't give a f***, because it seems like the world around them is crumbling. Now, from a cultural standpoint, we've seen the rise of scam rappers, guys like Baby Tron, TJX6, and Punch Made Dev, and these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich, and they seem to be easily getting away with scams on major banks and institutions. So yes, it's easy to point the fingers at the scammers you see here, and yes, they have a moral responsibility of what they are doing, but are they not just an underworld byproduct of a system that white-collar scammers created? I don't know. That's just a theory I'm working with.
Do you save much of your money?
I'm not scamming long term to be scammed out for the rest of my life. This shit's all like, with anything you do, any hustle, all that shit just quick until you move on to your next, you feel me, next steps.
Have you ever been almost caught by law enforcement? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
No. Pause,
me think yes.
Think about it, but nah, never.
How much does an IP address come to play with what you do?
It gets deep. That's like your address. I don't know. Like, you feel me? That's like your internet address. So.
For most of the things you do you have to obscure your IP address?
Yeah.
Is that difficult to do?
Nah, average person could do it, I'd say.
So it doesn't affect a human at all, you think?
Everybody has committed a scam before in some way. Some people do different types of scams. Some people do insurance. Some people do home scams. All different types of scams. I look at it as...
Nah, Primerica is a scam.
I would never get over that, bro. I would never get over that.
Primerica is a scam, bro.
We got put in that situation in a dirty way too. That crap was crazy. I said, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. It was all of our high school friends, fresh. They didn't want to do warehouse and all that kind of stuff, which is understandable. But yeah, they got big doing Primerica, which the insurance is probably not a scam itself, but how they make money off of people and each other. That pyramid scheme stuff is no joke.
Yeah, plus it's the fact that Primerica, I guess, is actual legit health insurance.
Yeah.
So makes it even harder because, like, I guess because they're legit insurance. I don't know. It's like a perfect cover up because like you can't say that they're actual scammers because they actually have authenticity to what they do, but it's a scam in the mindset that it's a pyramid scheme. The people working at the bottom in the middle are not getting anything. It's the people that are towards the top that are getting everything.
And the dude who must have walked in there, and the guy that's at the top, he must have slapped down his keys, and he had a brand new, what was it, like a 2018, 2017 Corvette? I said, oh no, I said, we gotta get it out of here.
I'm not taking money from a human, you know what I mean? And I don't think I'm a bad guy for it, you feel me? Oh, we got a package, baby. Let me see. We just got a package.
How much money are we talking right there?
17 grand.
What you're about to see is called punching chicken. Now, punching is lingo in the scam world that refers to the practice of using the dark web to get somebody else's credit card information and doing an online order to punch the item. You can punch chicken, pizza, presumably anything you can buy online. Here's how it went down.
These subliminals.
Because you can't say it out loud.
This is the website that I will buy the card from to do the punching. Ready to buy cards.
A fake credit card.
A real credit card, but it's just not ours.
And how much money does it have on it?
It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say I know the exact amount. Certain banks, they give you the ability to check. You can call the bank and you can check how much. But I would just be buying a card based off of the knowledge that I already know. There's something called a BIN. A BIN is a bank identification number. Now, depending on what bins you have. You might got a card that has thousands on it. You might got a card that has millions on it. There's no telling that.
It's luck of the draw.
Basically, yep.
So are these cards that someone physically stole, like at the gas station? It fell on the ground, they picked it up, they upload it to a website, and then it's sold to a bidder like you, or how does that work?
Basically, yeah, kind of like how you just explained it. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes from people picking them up off of the ground, but more so scammers. They have machines that you can put on. For instance, at the gas station, you can put a skimmer on the machine.
Pay with cash, y'all. I know it's it feels like an inconvenience, but start paying stuff with cash.
That don't work no more because a lot of these places nowadays, $114 per gallon. Where y'all at? Chirac?
That's Canada. That's for diesel though.
105.9, 105. Am I stupid?
Right.
94.9. Okay,
well, isn't Canadian money different from American money?
I pray it is, cause boy, let me find out somebody spending $94 for a gallon. What type of money y'all making? That gas better fuel me for life. But nah, it's cause these card scammers and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all gotta be careful. But it sucks. We're getting more and more into the digital age where people, it's regardless of how we feel, paper currency is not. It's gonna. A lot of places don't even take cash no more. They want you to use the little chip. They want you to use all that. So it's just, there's no way of stopping this.
Where the people put their cards
in, why you can.
And then from there, you'll get about 1,000 hits. Now, depending on how many people put their card in that specific machine where you put your skimmer at, that's where all the card information will come from.
Does the skimmer also capture your PIN?
Yes, it does.
So if you use a machine that has a skimmer and you type in your PIN, all of a sudden you're wide open.
You're good. Yeah, you're not getting up.
You're good though.
Yeah. The thing about, getting captured by a skimmer is if you have the right type of setup with your bank account in terms of two-factor authentication, the bank asking questions like, was this you that just spent money at Raising Cane's for about $100? You know what I mean? If you have these different types of protocols set up with your bank, then you're less likely to be a victim of fraud.
Basically, right now, you can get free chicken.
I can get free everything right now. Boom. Now we got the money on there. Now I can buy a card.
You can buy Social Securities off this?
When you buy the cards, depending on how much the card costs, that's why I said certain cards, they range from 20 to 25 all the way up to 30. You can see, look, I'll show you when I refresh.
And I just saw you could buy a Canadian card, you could buy a US card, show you the country.
Well, you can buy from anywhere on the planet. As long as the website has a way to get these cards and put them on their site, then you can get pretty much anything.
Dang, boy.
Have you ever heard of punching a mule?
Punching a mule?
We spoke to legendary lawyer Bruce Rivers and a man who's a financial crimes expert to get their opinion on the scams you see unfolding in this video.
Punching a mule.
No, I've never heard of that.
That's where you apparently acquire someone else's credit card.
He got the toolies on the desk.
And you use that to buy free food?
There's a lot of scams going on. There's the skimming that goes on, like at a gas station, somebody attaches a skimmer. That's actually happened to me. Somebody tried to buy some stuff at a sporting goods store, like $2,000 worth of on my credit card. And then I see the guy in court on the hook for it. I mean, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that stole my identity. Had to trace it all back. We figured out exactly what pump it was. We figured out exactly where it was. And he had been doing this all over the place. So I saw him in Hennepin County in court. And
the sad part, the thing I hate about these scammers and stuff like that, y'all be scamming people who are at the bottom with you. That's the part that really be driving me, is like, scammers, y'all are scamming people who are in the same situation y'all are in. I'm not saying it's right to scam in general, but it never made sense to me. That's really like definition of crab in a barrel mentality, is like, you're trying to make it to the top and you're willing to hurt every single person who's in the same situation as you.
Yeah,
that's lame.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
I'm getting scammed by a neighbor, and it's like, bro, you see me struggling just like you, but you taking my information and you living your best life. And it's not like you giving this back to the community. Come on, man.
My thing happened in another county. He was doing it all over the place.
A lot of times what's going to happen is you go to try and do a touch pay. It doesn't work. That's part of the plan. They want you to scan your card. So they actually will have a module, something that's identical looking to the actual card swipe overlaid. Physically go and try and pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, you're good. If you can go inside and pay the gas station attendant, ideally in cash, avoid this whole digital footprint process, you're gonna be a lot safer. You see any sort of fraudulent activity on your account, immediately contact your bank. The sooner that you can contact the authorities, law enforcement, it's gonna be much easier to get your money back. When there's delay in space and time, scam, with any sort of financial scam, it's much harder to get your money back.
If you really want to get specific on which one you want to buy, you can type in your BIN, your bank identification number. So I'm going to type in a BIN that I know is going to work. This is a bank called Wings Financial Credit Union. Very, very high-class bank. So when you're doing simple punching for, food and shit, like we talked about, yeah, claims might take a $100 loss today, but that person whose card I'm using, they're getting all their money back, 100% guaranteed.
Well, I've heard people that get scammed and it can take 30 days for them to get the money back in their account. The average American has $1,000 or less in their savings. So if you scam the average American and rent's due, they might not have it because of the scam.
You are right, but in terms of them never getting their money back, I know for a fact that they'll get their money back. Somebody just texted and said,
see, like, it's all a means to an end, because these scammers, they don't feel like they're hurting the people. Because, hey, you can get your money back, but he made a very good point, bro. What if you scam me for my $2,000 and my rent's due?
You got kids, or you got somebody you taking care of.
You scam me for my $400, and that was my grocery money for the month. Now I gotta wait 30 days just to eat, bro. Like, yeah, but you living your best life, but you just hurt me. Even though you'll get your money back, cool, but that I need my money now. You feel me?
He's seen the police. Sonny, somebody just texted him and said it's the police. Yeah, we gotta get out.
So we're outside of a KiteZz Chicken. How often do you guys get free meals like this?
Every day I eat free every day. Everything I do is almost free.
So the customer name is
right? Yes. Thank you, actually. Look. Visa, credit card, ending in 75.
Okay.
Dang.
Go over to the website, same card, ending in 75. Can't make this shit up.
Okay. Some guy named just lost $50 because some guy got 50 chicken nuggets.
80, and we finna eat good. Okay, I hear the police.
Hear the police? Let's get out of here.
After successful chicken punching, the fellas decided to take their chicken to a warehouse in a secure location so they could eat their chicken in peace.
Alright, bet we finna go down to the basement and eat.
Dang, bro.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how illegal was that, what we just did?
That's like a 10, because I fully completed it, you know? And anything that you do that you're doing fraudulent, it's always going to be a 10. The only thing that makes it more secure is that I didn't go in there and swipe a card. So they can't say that I did anything illegal.
If they caught you, what would be the punishment?
You know, it's a white-collar crime. I don't think I would get charged with anything really because, like I said, they don't have any proof that I did anything, so they will have to drop the case. If they did want to take full action and give me a punishment, it will probably be anywhere from like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years?
Just for some shit.
What makes it worth it?
Time's hard for everybody right now. So it's like, if you ain't got no money, but you got somebody's card, you get all good.
Times is hard for everybody, but if you ain't got no money, you got somebody's card. Well, guess what? You got somebody's card, big dog. Times is hard, but you're not making it easier for anybody else.
No.
If anything, you making it harder. Because now you going to put by you doing this out of desperation, you're negatively affecting somebody else. And it's going to cause them to be put in a situation where they have to do something out of desperation if it doesn't go the way that it needs to.
It's an endless cycle.
Yeah, we're creating the cycle. Just like those big, how we said those big, expensive luxury people were doing scams that were hurting the poor, and now the poor are scamming to get. It's a cycle, bro. We just going in circles, bro.
The poor is stealing from the poor to get rich, and the rich stealing from the poor to get rich, and the rich just stays rich.
Stay rich.
Just the other day, I got really honest like this.
Is it that easy to get away with?
Yeah, 100%. I'm always in and out. I've never been in a spot and they tried to hold me or tell me, oh, we can't give you what you're paying for. You gotta wait a little bit, you know? But in terms of me going into a restaurant and I swipe a card, say that card declines. I swipe another card. I know they're looking at you weird. Give us a second. Matter of fact, you can't swipe any more cards. Just wait right here for us while we get the system set up, right? While they're getting their system set up, they're really calling the police to tell you, like, hey, this guy's in here trying to commit fraud.
So do you ever get nervous making a play like this?
Hell no. It's easy, bro. I've been doing this shit since 2017.
All right, let's see if this is real chicken or scam chicken.
Come on.
If you could say a message to the CEO of Raising Cane's, what would you say?
Hey, thank you for the chicken. You fed a lot of hungry people tonight.
I guess big dogs gotta eat. Is that necessary for? Is that your fork or what is that for chicken? Whoa! I'm gonna see if punch chicken tastes any different. Actually, this is my first time eating Raising Cane's. No fucking diddy. Oh, that is a chicken tender.
Hey, Tommy G, you going to jail? You eating scam chicken? I'm playing.
Ooh, and we got the tan too, people.
That's nice. That's a nice tea.
Yep. The forged check.
I had something to change around with the car because it went grabbing, the CVV, but we had the code to change that shit around, take care of that. Alright, Buster, the page ready to go? Yeah, for now, once this nigga wake up, motherfuckers probably gonna get this sent out gone today or tomorrow. I'm gonna give his ass a call, wake his ass up.
So, the guy that's sleeping, what role does he play? The guy that's gonna wake up?
So, the guy that sleeps plays a very important role. He's the one that do send-outs. Basically, I can't get into too much detail, but he does send-outs for banks and we're able to access logs that way.
Dang, bro.
I've gotten notifications like that too.
Yeah.
And because I keep tabs of everything, because I know what's coming in and out and this and the third, I automatically block and delete the number.
Yeah.
Okay. How hard is it to get your hands on this type of paper?
You can get it. Anybody can get paper like that.
What does it take for this to be legit? Like, is this a tough part of the puzzle, or is this pretty easy part of the puzzle?
One of the easiest parts anybody has access to it.
How many hours a week do you think you work doing this?
I still have fun. I still carry on life. It's probably gonna take hours out of the week. I'll probably save maybe like 10, 15 hours together. Most of the shit is fast.
What makes someone good at this?
Connection. The more connections you have, the person has something for everything in every field, because there's not just one type of scam to be rich.
Does this profession make you nervous?
No.
Is it risky?
Yeah, for sure. Can't be nervous though.
What's your philosophy on life?
The world is mine. Have fun while you're young.
Is it hard to keep?
Man.
That's the same thing the enemy said.
Do what thou wilt. That's Aleister Crowley. Or I don't care if I butcher that, man. One of the you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on his name, but he's one of the people that was like a lead Satanist or head of the satanic church or whatever, or Luciferians, whatever you want to call them. But that's his expression, do what thou wilt. Christians, we say, Lord, thy will be done. Satanists say, do what thou wilt.
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
Is on the hush. If you're busting big plays, is it hard not to flex it or to talk about it?
Definitely. I'd say that's one of the things. Now I'm getting to the point where I've been doing it for a minute. I don't care anymore. You know, I do it so like I won't even post.
What's your specialty?
Have different specialties. You always level up, so I can't say I have like one good specialty, but I can do anything that I want. That's another thing. I think my good specialty is I can figure out whatever I want to learn. Anything.
Were you good at school?
Yeah, I was good at school.
Did you like school?
Yeah, school was fun.
What do you call yourself?
Baby J.
What's your specialty?
I'm good at talking, really. He's good at talking. You feel me? Everybody play different roles. So this is one of my guys right here. He might come to you, ask you a couple questions, or you'll get out. But basically, this right here is a check that I cooked up. This is like a real check that I made a copy of, basically. So let me try to show you. This would look like original, and this would look like now. Exact same thing. Exactly. And this right here, the way that I'm doing it, a lot of people don't know how to do it this way.
Check fraud. Printing out fake checks, cashing them at a bank. What
normally happens isn't that the person who's doing the fraud is the one cashing it in. Usually they get some unsuspecting person, oh, I can make you a lot of money, and so they write the check to that person. So there's a middle guy in between, and it's usually the person that's unsuspecting, not thinking that it's a fraudulent check, and all of a sudden they go to the bank and they try to get the cash. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's usually the unsuspecting person, not the person who's behind the scheme.
A check fraud is a complicated situation because one of the biggest ways that you can protect yourself is go to the actual post office itself and mail the check. And I would prefer that you don't even mail checks. I really don't think you should be at this point. It has all your information on it. The more space and more distance you have in terms of the transit that needs to occur with that check, the more risk you're gonna have.
What is the penalty for printing fake checks? It depends upon the loss amount, typically. If it's, and usually it's a felony because it's forgery and theft by swindle. And so if it's, under $2,500, it's probation. Each check becomes a felony count in and of itself, and you get enough of those, it can ultimately be a prison sentence. It really does depend upon the value that we're looking at.
And what can this play be worth?
This one right here was $5,400.
That's a lot of money.
It's a piece of paper.
This is just making up a check?
Yeah, it's just me making one.
So you can make any amount you wanted?
Yeah, any amount you want.
Is it gonna come out of here?
Yeah, I would imagine.
The bigger you go, the more.
Yeah, once you touch that 10K mark, any scam over 10,000 is where it's serious. It's when it gets serious for real. Check forgery isn't so high of a crime.
How much does this printer cost?
Roughly about like $500.
It's crazy that a $500 printer can turn into thousands and thousands of dollars. They say money doesn't grow on.
We had a homie. His girl got scammed out of her basically her savings since high school and throughout college. Like she had more than like $25K saved up, and she lost it in like seconds.
What's crazy about this? Everything that they're doing, I learned how to do playing GTA roleplay.
Yeah. I
learned how to do all this. Like, as I'm sitting here, I'm just like, dang, like, Grand Theft Auto really be accurate they really be teaching you how to do crimes. Because in roleplay, when one of my characters in roleplay was a gang member, I had to do check scams to get money so we can buy guns and whatever in the game. So you had to go rent an apartment. You have to go get like a generator so you can have electricity. You have to go buy a printer, a laptop, some USBs, paper. Like you have to do the whole process. And dude, my gang in that game, we made a lot of money off of just scamming, bro.
And you can't even just fault that on a video game because they advertise it in movies.
Yep.
They advertise it.
But like I'm just saying, like that's crazy how Grand Theft Auto has it down to an actual like T.
Yeah, a lot of
on
these
trees,
things.
but you guys are kind of making it look like it does. Someone got the original or a copy of a real check, sold it to you online, and you're printing out that version.
Either that or somebody at mailboxes. Yeah, so it's two kind of ways to get a check. You can break a mailbox, or there's keys. You can look it up. You can probably find clips of people robbing mailmans to get keys.
In regard to mail carriers, there's been a lot of violence towards them. There's been a lot of robbing
and they don't get paid enough
mail
for that.
carriers and taking the keys that they use in order to open up mailboxes. And there's been all this money put towards these digital defense mechanisms and these electronic keys to use, but that still doesn't necessarily protect the mail carrier themselves.
Mail carriers,
they need everyone in terms of
tool,
protecting
right?
yourself.
They gotta
generally,
give them some
it's
protection.
all about not having patterns. For the mail carrier, if you're on a route, just like if I was on a patrol route, if I had the same patrol route, same time, same place every single day, it's easy for that patrol route to be intercepted. Change and vary your patterns. It's called force protection.
What about when someone hits a mail truck, steals the mail keys, and steals checks that way?
Bye-bye. In other words, that's usually done on an inside job basis.
Yeah.
Because who's going to steal a mail truck? And know that there are going to be checks on that truck. Probably not too many.
Which is the most risky part of this puzzle?
I say out of all of them, the risky part, 9 times out of 10, you guess the most riskiest part and who has the most important role in this particular style is the person who's getting the checks. So when you scamming, it's not always like somebody's always we're always the villains. Like, we also helping people because we split the money that we never just running off. We split it 50-50 with them. Just now, right now, look what happened to her.
Someone just said, I swear I got evicted, I gotta get back on my feet, and you said, I got you, cuz. Send me ID. Someone's sending you their bank
right now, this is right now, look at the time. This is today, look, this is today. Some people actually need help, so it's like sometimes. I know people to this day that bring me other people's accounts. You see how real this look?
Oh my gosh. Dang. Some people be so down bad. Here's my bank account. Go ahead, scam me, because the bank gonna cover it anyway, and then just give me 50% of that back. Dang, bro. It's a cold world, bro.
If you're a big teller, who put that up to the sky, you'll see, like, you see me?
Like, this is a real one.
This is a real check. Someone can cash this and then get paid for it right now. Actually, they are. Y'all finna see it today.
We can only fit so much into a YouTube video. All of this will be available at Patreon only. Highly recommend you check that out. Link is in the description. Would you say this is up there, Miguel, for things we've done?
Top 3 for sure.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not exactly sure what we're about to do, but it feels sketchy. The first scamming video I put out, people are wondering, is this guy for real? Is he scamming us and believing that it's real? But like the casualness of what you're doing to these things is like,
Nah, you don't know what it is. Oh shit, what the fuck going on, man? We cracking accounts, not safe. We are cracking accounts, not safe. It's less dangerous. Do not get killed trying to crack a safe. We crack accounts. Please do not.
So does Minneapolis feel lawless right now?
Certain parts is lawless. I'm not gonna lie, this whole city is known for scamming. That's all. It's like the biggest thing, like even from the...
What happened? What'd you see?
Indianapolis.
Yup.
Politicians, to our parents, to other people's parents.
How do the politicians scam?
They're in on a lot of
Sorry,
shit.
Indianapolis.
Like, they get paid bribery and shit. Like,
dang,
they're into like the non-profit frauds and shit. Politicians here, they're dirty too. They play dirty games.
Whoa.
The police even play dirty games.
He's not going to mention some of the biggest scams going on. Here's a look at something that's actively happening in the city right now. Here it is.
One of the largest scams in United States history happened right here in Minneapolis. During the pandemic, the Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with overseeing the handout of meals to kids, the needy, and the homeless during the COVID era, and they delegated local supervision to nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. What happened next was a tsunami of swindling. These nonprofits fraudulently claimed to be feeding thousands of kids a day within just weeks of being formed. Not only were literal tons of food wasted, but the fraud ended up costing the U.S. taxpayer about $250 million.
This my thing. If money is just a piece of paper, how are we always in debt? Just print more of the paper.
No, it's because
how does it work?
Okay, so the value is pertaining to, like, something has to be of equal value for it to be worth. Like, right? Mm-hmm. We used to have the gold standard. Right. So we used to say, like, oh, $1 is worth this much in gold.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. But now, as you keep printing more dollars,
the value of gold goes down?
The value of the gold stays the same.
Okay.
But because it used to be $1 equals one piece of gold, well, you just made $10, but that one piece of gold is still one piece of gold.
Okay.
So now that dollar is now worth 1/10 of a dollar. And so we're $1 trillion in debts. If they put $10 trillion worth of debt, I mean, if they print $1 trillion worth of money out, that debt's still going to be the same in value. Oh, okay. It's just now our dollars are worth less.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
As of now, there are dozens of people being indicted and brought to trial, and to this day, this stands as one of the biggest scams in U.S. history.
In the dirty streets of Minneapolis, mama doing dope, daddy got no hope. He just scared y'all, because the system scared us out of both our parents. CIA bought dope to the motherfuckers city. And my daddy, they got him out the way. Man, y'all not pay no child support. It's cool though, bro. And you know what we gonna do? We gonna grind, nigga. This that shit that we love, nigga. We love making money on. We gonna do whatever it takes to make that money on. This shit get wicked out here for real. And I'm not a bad guy. I'm not gonna say this like I'm the biggest, baddest guy to do this to people and shit. Nah, bro. I just do this to get my people together. You hear me?
What percentage of scammers would you say are balling, and what percent of them would you say are actually kind of broke?
They're not bullshit scammers. Like, there's always the one main person, then there's the middleman, then there's the middle's middle. You know, like, it's like a tree. One person passes a card to one person, that person gets passed down to the main person. The main person is the one who splits the money between everybody and decides how much everybody else is going to do. So all scammers are not rich. That's another thing. Like, you can be a scammer and not have a way. Feel me? Like, in scam world, always a new scam. That's another thing. And it's about who figures out the scam first. You can't really say it's too many runners. Like, it's like, you always tell, like, when you a scammer, you know who a runner and who's boss trying to find new moves. But don't get it confused, though. I just seen runners turn into bosses. Like, it's a lot of runners that became the man, that man, you feel me? So, big thing in the scam world, getting slimed out too.
What is that?
Slimed out is like, say Mexican, brother just did a move, and you like, I'm not paying you, or who you brought. It's over with, I'm taking the whole bag. That's what I remember we was talking about karma yesterday. It's karma in the scam world too, not off for somebody. I thought it is not what I think it's about. It is.
Bro, yep. So you could be sitting there hitting scams and doing licks. And it's a dog-eat-dog world, bro. You can be doing scams with me and you doing one day, and then one day I just wake up one day and be like, you know, I really don't think Alex needs to be in the cut no more, bro. We do a job, hey, you're not getting none of this. And now you got to go tell all your people why you coming back after they just did all this scam work, why you came back empty-handed, and you got to pray they don't kill you because of that.
It makes me sad, bro.
It's a cold world.
It makes me sad on both ends. Although they are scammers, and it is wrong what they're doing, it just makes me sad overall how like the world operates, and how even when he brought up like it's a retaliation against the system because the system put these things in place to be against us, and it kind of like trickled down generations. But it's like at some point we can't keep waving like the system
is us.
We gotta break find out some other types of we gotta break the mold. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna say we can do it overnight, but little steps equal big victories. Slow strides.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a marathon, not a race type.
Yeah,
thing.
It's about wiping it down. That's a whole other step. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like easy. You can't just wake up and come. It's not that easy. Now, it's that easy to do basic shit, but it gets deeper than that. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. It just depends on how you break through. You gotta stay consistent too. You gotta stay consistent with anything you do.
Alright, you're filming.
I'm gonna show y'all some box action.
Scammers operate in a climate of deceit. You see, fraud is a game of smoke and mirrors. These guys ran off with the camera to presumably make an ATM play, and what I saw on the tape left me questioning reality.
That's crazy.
That's some great footage. See the police?
Where do you guys see him? Of course, you guys were out there for like fucking 20 minutes in ski mask and glasses.
We had a little technical difficulty. Like took us so long, and you'll see the car start locking on us. But sometimes the car will lock up and then they give you like fraud alerts, which the person has to confirm on their phone.
You guys were skied up with glasses the whole time in front of a bank?
Like, you gotta be.
How is that not, like, do you guys feel like you guys were out there for way too long?
Time limit. And what can they possibly do for real?
One of the things that comes to mind is what we are seeing, is that even real? And what makes me think it is real is that they took 20 minutes outside of this van, they got fraud alerts on their phone. If they were just taking money from their own account, it would have been in and out in a minute or two. But this also brought up more questions. Now, remember earlier in the episode when I was talking about the sense of nihilism that I've noticed in Gen Z? When they do things like this, their nihilism can come off as quite sinister. I mean, scamming people, banks, grandmas, restaurants, it's pretty crazy. But what I think is the source of all this nihilism is a lack of hope. And why I think a lot of Gen Z has no hope, I mean, this is the first generation in American history that's projected not to do better than their parents. These kids have inherited this world where they can't afford anything, the food, the housing, the college, all of it is sky high. And the people making the rules, their government, is this lazy, lousy bunch of bureaucrats that openly cheat all of the time. So a lot of these kids, I think, have just said, it. The world is fake, the world is a scam, and I'm gonna scam the world. I'm gonna get mine for myself at any means necessary. I'm gonna cheat the system that I feel cheats me. But what do I know? I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm seeing and figure out the world. That was a look into the world of scamming. Any final thoughts, fellas?
Yeah, we didn't give y'all everything. We didn't get a chance to give y'all everything, but and we won't give y'all everything. We love y'all. We don't scam people for a living. We help people out.
We took a deep dive into this world. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace. If you want to keep yourself safe on the internet, consider checking.
Dang, bro. All right, y'all. That's the thing about Tommy G videos, bro. Like Tommy, he really be giving you like some food for thought towards the end. Like in our generation, because that's our generation. I was born in 96, you 97, and these kids is like in the 2000s type job. So it's like, and I do say, even working the jobs that we work, you can see the despair on a lot of people in our area. And it is hard to feel like very hopeful in situations because it's just like to know we got lucky buying a house.
Yeah, we really did, because everything that we worked for, by the grace of God, he's blessed us with it. But there were times where when we were going through the house market and stuff like that, we bought it at a perfect time, but timing is everything. Yeah. And yeah, the house that we almost lost.
Yeah, bro.
Just trying to get it. So, you know, it's just like I feel that though. Even though it is wrong, I see where Tommy G is like coming from, because we are that generation that
ain't got no hope no more.
Yeah, and I feel that way sometimes myself. Like I feel hopeless and helpless. I feel like it's just like, bro, we'll never be able to retire. We'll never. It feels that way, but
through the grace of God, we are going to be able to.
Yeah, through the grace of God, and I pray for financial abundance and spiritual health and mental health over everybody. I know it's hard out there. It's hard for us, even though it may not seem like it. We're people just like everybody else. We got the same blood, same heart, everything. We're all going through stuff, but it's just time for us to lock in, buckle down, you know, be more acknowledgeable of the things that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know, just because you see somebody else got something that you want, don't always mean that they got it in the right ways.
Right.
All money ain't good money.
Facts. All right, y'all. This has been Tommy G. Shout out to him. If you guys want to see all the other stuff, make sure you guys go to his page and actually look at his Patreon and stuff like that. I'm going to give him a like, you know, the typical, subscribe, all that stuff. But all right, guys. Peace. Love y'all.